few years. Toronto is open for business. Masai Ujiri's out here wheeling and dealing, telling people whoever will listen, hey, we'll trade, we'll make moves. So what we're specifically hearing is that the Toronto Raptors appear to be open for business ahead of the February 8th deadline, with basically everybody not named Scotty Barnes, Emmanuel Quickley, and RJ Barrett available for trade. The main vision is developing a young core, how this organization is going to look in the future, and establishing a foundation for the future of this team, said head coach Darko Rajakovic on Thursday. Bruce Brown has reportedly drawn first-round pick interest from several teams, including the Lakers and the Knicks. Now, we'll look at the rest of this roster when we see it. What I personally think is multiple of these players could be acquired in a three-team deal, which I believe guys like Chris Boucher, Thad Young, Otto Porter are guys teams like the Golden State Warriors, the New York Knicks, the Miami Heat, the Oklahoma City Thunder, New Orleans Pelicans, the Lakers, the Suns are all going to be looking at and saying, hey, we know a lot of people are trying to do some deals. We know there's some salaries that don't want to go places. We're even hearing that Jakob Poeltl could be available. And we know the Pelicans have been trying to get rid of Jonas Valanciunas all season long. Could Jonas Valanciunas be packaged with a guy like Najee Marshall, a guy like Trey Murphy, who needs to get paid soon, for Jakob Poeltl, who would arguably be an upgrade from Jonas Valanciunas? There's also the rumor that Dennis Schroeder and a guy like Bruce Brown, who together make about $34.4 million, could be traded for D'Lo and Rui Hachimura and Jalen Hood-Schifino, which right there is about $35 million. There are a lot of things that could be at stake and a lot of moving pieces. Chris Boucher is a man that the Miami Heat and the Boston Celtics are very interested in. Now, Boston has a trade exception, but you can't put matching salary in a trade exception, so my whole assumption is they might go out and get Otto Porter. There are multiple teams that have trade exceptions that could take on Otto Porter, that could take on Thad Young. And Jalen McDaniels is another name I think that people should have interest in. So with that being said, I think there are a lot of players that could be good, 9th or 10th guys on teams that have deep playoff aspirations. So I think Toronto is a team to keep an eye out for moving pieces, especially in a three-team.
So we're hearing that the Raptors want a first-round pick for Bruce Brown, which makes sense, okay? Makes sense that they're trying to build up assets. And Bruce Brown doesn't necessarily fit. I mean, they would probably want to keep him, but I don't think he necessarily fits the direction that they're going as a team. The Toronto Raptors say they're seeking a first-round pick and a young player for Bruce Brown. Brown was acquired by the Raptors from the Indiana Pacers in a trade for Pascal Siakam. Two known teams that have interest in Bruce Brown is the Los Angeles Lakers and the New York Knicks. Brown makes $22 million this season and a $23 million team option next year. Now, the Knicks can do the deal with Evan Fournier, Quentin Grimes, and a first-round pick, and they probably can get themselves Bruce Brown very easily. While the Lakers, it's a bit more difficult as they're a group of guys that they would need to be able to, I would think it'd have to be like Gabe Vincent or somebody, is it Jalen Hood-Schifino and Rui Hachimura or somebody else? I think that's where you definitely want to kind of find out, hey, X, Y, and Z are potentially available for trade. I think the Knicks are more likely to get this deal done due to the fact that they have Quentin Grimes available for trade, which I think is going to be a very, very big negotiation piece in their minds. So I just don't think the Lakers have the same amount of assets as the Knicks to do this deal. But the Lakers, Jalen Hood-Schifino, they could trade. They could package him with D'Lo or Rui. And I still don't think that might not be able to get the deal done. But yeah, it's definitely interesting to see how it all could play out. I'm a fan of Bruce on the Lakers or on the Knicks. I think the Knicks would freaking be loaded if they got Bruce Brown. I would kind of rather see Bruce Brown on the Knicks than the Lakers, just because that just seems like, dude, that team would be an absolute dogfight. But yeah, I think with more, as we get closer and closer to the deadline, I think we'll see a team go out there. Another team that could go for him. What if the Heat offer a first-round pick, Nikola Jovic, Kyle Lowry, okay, and you send Bruce Brown, Thad Young, and Otto Porter to the Heat. So the Heat walk away with Thad Young, Bruce Brown, and Otto Porter, and you walk away with Kyle Lowry, Jovic, and a first. And if they have to send another Magic salary, I don't know who it would be. Maybe Thomas Bryant, who's been absolutely abysmal. But yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think if you're a Raptors fan? I think it's definitely interesting to see how this can all play out.